What is up, Define Squad? Welcome, and welcome back. If you are not new here, it's your girl Alex at Define by Alex. We're defining our lives and building our dreams. So, as I told y'all, I think I mentioned this like a couple videos ago, and I know that I said this on my last YouTube live. So if you are not aware, I go live on YouTube on Thursdays from 6 p.m. to 6:30 Central Standard Time. And on the last live, I mentioned how I am making the switch. Yes, I'm switching from inventory fulfillment of my own brand, my business, to print on demand. And I really want to see if this method is going to work for my business. So what you guys are about to see is really pretty much me just changing all of my products to some print on demand products and shirts and just building my store from there. Okay, so if you are new here, I have a t-shirt business and I started my business in my home, and that just allowed me to have so much freedom and flexibility. But the caveat of having an inventory based business, to me, this is just my opinion, is that it doesn't really leave you much time to do other things and take on other endeavors that you may want to. So me personally, this method, which is going to be switching to print on demand, I feel is going to work for me only because I do have other projects I'm working on, and I really want to see if this fulfillment of having someone else do it for me will alleviate this just stresses of me having to do it myself. So that's pretty much it, you guys. I'm about to jump into my computer and show you guys how I'm going to set up my print on demand shop using Printify. So let's get into it. Hey friends, so as you see, I am in my Printify app under my Shopify store. But if you guys wanted like a bigger picture, you can definitely do that, or like a bigger screen to see the whole integration of how Printify works with Shopify. You just click this open full site button, and then it brings you to just the actual website in Printify. So I just did a quick switch, and so as you guys see here, I just have the full website open for Printify. Now, what I did was I went ahead and just went to my store, which right here, okay, just like how it is in Shopify. And so as you guys see here, I'm under my products. Now, I already have a few products that I've merged to Shopify from print on demand, but there are a few that I do plan on doing. But just to show you guys what it looks like and the products that I am about to pretty much bring onto my store from Printify, you guys are going to see them under this tab where it says my products, okay? Perfect. So now, to add products, you guys, all you have to do is go to add product. Now, what you can do here, you can search if you know what you're looking for. So I can go ahead and say t-shirt. And now as you can see, it's going to think and it's going to load all of the t-shirts that they offer, okay? Now this is for all of the print providers or whatever, all of the brands of t-shirts that they offer. This is what you'll see if you do t-shirts. If you wanted to do, coffee mugs, I'm sure if you type in mug, it'll pop up as mug as well. And you see so many mug options too if you wanted to have a business that, was selling mugs and things like that. So as you see here, the list goes on and on. So just another quick little demo. You guys can also hover under this catalogs tab. And you guys, it shows you all these products that they offer to provide you with this print on demand method. I really love the home and living section in Printify. I think it gives so many options, and you can really just start like a nice little home and living store, okay? So obviously I'm not here to really talk about the home and living. I just feel like if you do want to, wanted to branch out and expand in your t-shirt business and you wanted to start selling like, journals or magnets or, bottles and tumblers, well, Printify will give you the ability to do all of that. Okay, so let's go back to the task at hand. And now I'm going to go to pretty much my search bar again. And I'm just going to do t-shirts. I'm going to just click enter. And now I know I'm looking for a Bella canvas t-shirt. So I do have to search for it. It's probably down here somewhere. Perfect. So lo and behold, it's actually a bestseller, which isn't a surprise. Now, when you are gauging product prices, please keep in mind that it's going to be good for you to go with a lower product, a lower price product, because you have to think about how much you're going to sell this t-shirt for. Now, I'm going to get into that here in just a moment, but I'm going to show you, just what that means. But I wanted to just let you guys know, when you're starting print on demand, you have to really make sure that your products are going to be in the margin of where you're still going to receive a nice profit. Now, profit is subjective depending on who you talk to, how much you want to get when you sell a shirt, especially if you're using print on demand, where they're going to take out their fees, okay? So I'm going to go with Bella Canvas. I know Bella Canvas has really good quality. They're soft shirts. They're not like stiff or anything. And I know that they come in the sizes that I want to offer to my customers. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and press the Bella Canvas. This little pop-up is here. I don't want that. Ask me later. Okay. So now, as you guys can see here, it pretty much gives you the details of the shirt. And if you are new here and you don't know what to include in your description, it's really a good thing that you can actually just copy all of this for your actual product description, because at least it gives information of what customers are looking for. If customers are looking for a tearaway label tag, they got that. They're looking for if it runs true to size or how big it is, how small it is, they got that, okay? Especially if it says unisex. So you got to keep that in mind too when you're choosing the different types of products. Make sure that the descriptions are going to give your customers pretty much answer their questions before they even ask, okay? So that's a good rule of thumb. Now, as I scroll, you're going to see how I have so many different print providers. And you got to make sure that you read everything that's under their information. So for Awkward Styles, I know that they range from pricing at $8.20 a shirt. This is what they're starting from, okay? And then their shipping starts from $5. Average production time looks like about two business days. And then the areas that they print on is front side and back side. And then here are the sizes that they offer, followed by the colors, okay? Now, do your research. Keep scrolling. You don't have to pick the first one that you see because it says it's 9.9 ratings, okay? I also don't recommend that you get something that's like kind of poorly rated. But honestly, I think the providers here in Printify, you guys, they all are in this 9 range, if I'm not mistaken. So let me just scroll here just so I can show you more. But I'm pretty sure a lot of them are in the 9 range. Let's see here. Okay, yep. So as you see, you have some coming from Czech Republic. A lot of them are in the US, so that's good. Germany, Canada. So as you can see, there's print providers pretty much all over, which is cool. All right. Now, for those of you who are wondering which one I am going to select, I'm actually going to go up here to let me find it. I actually use Dream Junction, okay? Because check this out. Dream Junction's average product time is about half a day and a half, pretty much. So I'm going to use the Dream Junction. I like their rating, and so I'm going to just go ahead and click this one and start creating my t-shirt as I mentioned in the beginning of this video. However, sometimes I use Monster Digital. They're not bad, but I'm really not trying to pay $9 for a shirt, right? So you got to keep that in mind when it comes to how much are you willing to pretty much pay for a t-shirt. So I'm going to use the Dream Junction and start designing. But one thing I do love about the Dream Junction is that they offer so many colors. In case I want to, switch up a color, have like theme colors for like fall and spring, well, I know that the Dream Junction is going to give me what I'm looking for, so I'm going to go ahead and stick with them. So I'm going to go ahead and go to Start Designing. Now again, I chose the Bella Canvas, so this is perfect. So this is where you are pretty much going to start your mock-up generation process. This is how it looks when you're using Printify. Printful isn't that much of a difference, but my personal preference is Printify, so that's what I'm using. So as you see here, you have your front side button, You have your backside button in case, for those of you who want to have designs on the back, you have that flexibility. And then up here, it lets you know what style and brand of t-shirts that you're choosing, which I'm doing Bella Canvas, 3001, fulfilled by Dream Junction. So cool. So I have all my checks done as far as making sure that it's coming from the right place, it's the right shirt, and I can keep it moving. So now it comes down to adding your designs. So one thing you want to make sure is that you have high quality designs, you guys, because you do not want to get a shirt, or you don't want your customers getting a shirt with poor quality and poor resolution. So you're going to want to make sure that your designs are just high quality, which if you guys have the budget, you can go get your designs done on Fiverr, because 9 times out of 10, that's going to be a good quality source for your t-shirt designs. So I'm going to go ahead and do add a design. I'm going to go ahead and select from my device. Well, let me check here, because sometimes I have stuff in my library that I just forget that I have. Okay, perfect. I do have some in my library, so that works. I'm going to select my design here. As you guys see here, I'm getting green, which means this is a high resolution design, and that means when it prints at the Dream Junction, it's going to look good, which is what you want. So I go ahead and click my design, as you guys see. And so now I know I don't like how this is really placed on the shirt. So I'm just going to play around with the dimensions. So that way, when it comes to printing it, I know that it's going to look good. Okay, boom. That was honestly the simplest mock-up I think I've ever designed, because I already had it made. But at the same time, if you wanted to play around with the sizes and stuff, you can. But one thing that these print-on-demand platforms will let you know is if you're out of the printing area. So you don't want a design that's going to be like this, because then it's telling you, okay, now your quality goes from high to medium, and the higher and bigger I go, it's a low quality. And, they're not going to let you move on with that. So now, ideally, I would never print a shirt like this, but I just wanted to let you guys know, when you go bigger, a little bit bigger in your sizes and your designs, these platforms will let you know. So because now I have to get it. I have to move it around here, slide it back down to get my cursor. Okay. Let's try this again. I'm just adjusting it. And you guys, this is actually fairly simple. It's not that intuitive. All you have to do is make sure that your designs are high resolution, good quality, and you just pop it on a shirt. That is it. That is all. Okay. Now, if I wanted to go ahead and add a layer, what you can also do, you guys, let's just for an example, I'll go to the back side of the shirt. If you wanted to actually type something, but what's so cool is that you can. And this is a new feature, I think. I don't think Printify always had this. So if you wanted to do hello or whatever you wanted to type, you see how I just made this a little bit bigger? Well, let's just say I wanted to say something like hashtag never settle. Because I know the front of my design says queens don't settle. And then what if I just wanted to add something else? Well, I can, because now you can add your own little, your custom text as well. So that's just an option for those of you who may want to do that, but I don't want them for my shirt, so I'm just going to delete it. But I just wanted to show you, again, more features using Printify and all that good stuff. So now I got my design made, or added, I should say. Excuse me. I now want to play around with colors. So now what you need to do is go under to all colors here, and you're going to see that full list of colors that the print provider provides, and you could just, have at it, you guys. This is where it should be really fun. So let's just say if I wanted a shirt to come out that's a red. Okay, boom. So now I changed it. Now, if you're wondering what this is really going to look like in plain eye view, not on a digital mock-up generation, all you have to do is go to preview, and what it does is it pretty much gives you more of a realistic look of how your shirt is going to come out. So I'm going to go back to edit, and I really don't want red anymore. So I'm going to unselect that, and it's no longer in my options. But what if I wanted like pink? I can do pink. I can do this baby blue. I can do so many colors. And that's just one thing I do like about Printify is that, if you wanted to, like I said, just switch up some colors for different seasons, different parts of the year, you can do that. And honestly, it will probably help your, what am I trying to say? It will probably help just your traffic, because there are customers who like, bright colored shirts. There are customers who like to resonate with, moods of the day. What are they thinking? What are they feeling? So it just depends on, how flexible you want to do this. But again, you have the option to add as many colors as you want, and then all that good stuff. So right now I'm just going to do just two so I can show you guys what it's going to look like in this next part here. I don't want blue. Sometimes I take too long to pick a color because it's hard. Okay, I actually like that. I like this dusty blue. Let me see what it looks like as a option. Okay, I like that. So now let's keep it moving. So now the next thing you have to do is you want to check your prices and your variants. The reason why is because you want to make sure, you guys, that number one, everything as far as the color is available. So this is just me scrolling to just make sure that the colors that I've selected is going to be available in everything, which is great. And also it shows you, the cost of how much it's going to cost you for this shirt. Now for sizes, this is also good to keep in mind, because the larger you go up in size, the more it's going to be. Okay, so when it comes to an extra small, you see it starts from $8.30, ranging from $10.13. And as I go down, the highest, which is the 3XL, it's going to be $11.20 to $13.78. This is how much you're paying to get this shirt done. Now, my particular store, I only go to a 2XL, so I'm going to unselect the 3XL, and that's fine because I do want, and I'm actually going to take off extra small too because I don't offer extra small. I just offer small, medium, large, extra large, and 2XL. So this is another area that in the mock-up generator, you want to make sure you have squared away, so that way you just don't have to double back and just do it again. So now I'm going to update this. And as you see here, I got all set. Product variants are updated. That's a good message to have. And now I can save this product. So I'm going to go ahead and go to Save Product. I don't want to add anything else. I don't want to add a layer or anything. I'm pretty okay with what I have. Now, it brings you back to all of your products in total. And the most recent one is going to be at the top. But there are some things that we do have to do still. So I'm going to go back and go into edit listing. I do not want to publish this right now because I still have a lot to do. So I'm going to go to edit listing. But in the event that you are here and you want to switch something on the design, instead of going to edit listing, you just click this paintbrush and you go to edit design, and then it takes you back to the mockup generator. But right now I want to do edit listing, and I want to go ahead and figure out which part of the product or which color do I want to display first. So because I only have two variations, which is this dusty heather dusty blue, I think, and the white one, it's pretty much going to tell me, so the front of the shirt is going to be displayed first, which is fine. And then it also tells me that this color is going to be displayed first in my store. So when I make it live in Shopify, it's going to let me know that, hey, when customers see this shirt, they're going to see this color first. But if I wanted them to see the white one, then they'll see the white one. So that's totally up to you and your discretion. So you can do that as well. Here's also a cool thing. Printify has also integrated with Placeit, which is another mock-up generator site, just totally for mock-ups. And if you wanted to have like models or like, the demographic of people to market your shirt, then you will use Placeit. So if you were selling something for the Black community, you'll have models on Placeit, and you could filter by African American. You can filter by Caucasian, by Asian. So you have that option too if your store is only for a specific group of people. So now, when it comes down to description, all of this is going to be what's going to be shown in your store. So you can keep this like this, or you can go ahead and change it to, of course, fit your product's description. What I highly suggest you do is make it to where it fits your product description, because this is pretty much talking about the shirt. This is not talking about your design. So if you want people to know, like for me, if I want people to know why I put Queens Don't Settle on a shirt, well, I'm not just going to have it because the shirt is short sleeve, soft cotton, all that stuff. I need to actually say what this shirt, stands for and why I have it on the shirt. So I'm just going to do that and just change it. Queens Don't Settle T. Make it real simple, y'all. Not even, it doesn't have to be complicated at all. So now as you see here, I still want those like features of tearaway label, runs true to size, all that good stuff. But I left some room at the top because what I'm about to do now is switch back over to Shopify, go to that product that I have, because as y'all know, I'm switching. So I already have my own product descriptions made. I'm about to go to my active products, find the Queens Don't Settle, and I'm just going to copy that description that I personally already typed up, because that just is what I want. So once this loads, I'm going to copy this. There we go. It's giving me a little issue for some reason. Okay, perfect. So I just want to copy this little blurb that you guys see me highlighting right here. And then when I go to Printify, I'm just going to paste it and boom. That's what I want. So just keep that in mind when it comes to the product description, because again, Printify's default is going to pretty much promote the style and the quality of the shirt, which it should, but that doesn't mean it's going to align with your product. So you want to make sure that you actually are taking the time out to change all of this, because you do have some customers who do like to read the product description. You have some customers who really want to resonate with it on a deeper level, and I just think that it's going to be best for you if you do it in the beginning versus having to do all of that work after the fact. All right? So let me move on. And now if you wanted to create tags, you guys, this is good for like your SEO and your search engine optimization. So that's what that means. If I wanted to make sure I want people to find this shirt by typing in Queens, then I'm going to do that. Okay? So as you can see here, according to Printify, this is what, if people type in these particular tags, this product will show. All right? So I know I wanted to have something a little bit more personable that actually relates to the shirt, so I put Queens. Now, if I really wanted to do Queens Don't Settle, I can do that too. Okay, again, this is all your preference of how you want people to find your products within your store. So now I'm going to move on to the price. So if you have not pretty much remembered anything that I said beforehand, this is going to be the most important part of this tutorial, because this is how you're going to make your money. When it comes to print on demand, you have to make sure that your products and how you're pricing these shirts, you receive a profit. Okay, so perfect example, what you guys are going to see me do here right now is change my retail price. So let me just take it by line. So let's just say for the small. So the small shirts are going to cost me between $9.57 and $9.61. The retail price of what Printify is saying to sell it for is $15 and all that stuff. But that's no. So what I'm going to do is change this, because as you guys can see, I'm only going to be receiving $6.38, $6.41 with a 40% profit margin. Now this is, I think, defaulted and ideal, but you got to think about, again, number one, you making sure that you get your money, and then you making sure that everything fits with your brand and how much you want to make, right? Because this is all up to you. So I'm not going to keep my prices like this, because I know what my product is worth. So I'm going to change all of my retail prices. So what I'm going to do is select one, and I'm going to do edit price. I'm going to set this shirt for $25.95, and you're going to see now what my profit is going to be and my profit margin. Okay. Now I'm pretty much going to do this for all of my shirts, I believe. So yeah, I'm actually going to select all of them and make them $25.95, because I think that that's fair, and that gives me a nice profit margin to receive. And I think that, again, this is what my product is worth. So that's what I've done. For when it comes to pricing my shirts. There are people who price theirs higher, and there are people who price theirs a little bit lower. But the rule of thumb, y'all, is that you got to make sure you receiving your money. And, again, that profit margin is in a nice little area of making sure that you have high quality and you're receiving a profit, because there are fees that's going to be allocated when everything comes out and customers buy from you. So, with all that being said, as you can see here, I've changed my products. And I also noticed that when it comes to larger sizes, they're telling me that my 2XL isn't going to come in the 2 colors. Now I'm going to edit this later, but just for this particular video, I just want to show you guys how this is done. So if you want to use Printify, you know what to do. Okay, so now moving on, it just gives you a message that says only the linked variants will be published and all that stuff, which is fine. So you can still remove variants if you want. Now, for as far as visibility, if you want this to be hidden in your store before you pretty much structure the layout of your website, you totally can. You just have to remember that you have to go back and make this visible so that customers can actually buy it. So I don't want this hidden. I'm actually going to keep it as a draft and call it a day. Now, as far as collections, in my Shopify store, I do have, let me back out of this. Under my products tab, I do have collections, because what this does is it actually just breaks down and filters what products I want under each collection. So as you guys see here, I have my t-shirts, my featured products, which show up on my home page. So before customers go to the actual t-shirt page, they're going to see what products I think are like my best sellers, and I want to have those right in front of their face. So it's up to you, of course, how you want to name your collections. But as far as Printify goes, if you do have a collection, well, as you guys can see here, they already know what collections I have and what I want to add this particular product here to. So I'm just going to say just the regular Black Mantras t-shirts. So then when everything is saved and published, that t-shirt is going to show up under my Black Mantras t-shirt collection in my website, okay? So that's pretty much it, y'all, as far as how you create the design. If you want to choose your colors, making sure that your design layout is, up to par, and that's it. You don't have any designs that are low quality, poor resolution. You don't want that. So I pretty much walked you guys through, the basics of moving your products, or, pretty much creating them and to move them onto your store. So now for this last part, I am going to publish this so you guys can see what this is going to look like in my store. And then I'm going to go back and unpublish it. But for the sake of this video, I do want you guys to see what this is going to look like. So once this is done publishing, I'll show you guys all of that stuff here in just a moment so you can see it for yourself, how it looks and all that good stuff. Awesome. Okay, now the cool thing too, the Printify also lets you know that you can see it in store right away if you want it. So if I click see in store, it's going to hop to my website. And now you guys can see that my Printify product is in my store. And my description that I, made my own is also there, you guys. So again, this is not hard. Anybody can do this. You just got to take the time to make sure that everything is set up the way that it needs to so that you won't have to do double work. But as you guys can see, here are the colors. If I changed it to white, then boom, guess what? The white one pops up, okay? The sizes, they're out of order now, but that's just something you have to go back to Shopify and do, and just change the order of the variants, and I'll show you guys that here in a moment. I have Afterpay, okay? If you guys want a separate video on Afterpay, leave me a comment down below, okay, so I can know that you guys want this video. But I also have Afterpay, so that way I know that my customers feel good about purchasing with me because they can pay in installments, all right? And then you can add to cart, they can buy with PayPal, all the payment options are there. But essentially, you guys, this is it, okay? So real quick, let me go back and I'm going to refresh my actual Shopify page, because as you guys saw, my variants were out of order and I just don't like that. So you do have to do a few little things as far as making sure all of your products look good and you have everything reading in sequential order. So I don't want people to see a shirt and it's like large, medium, small, extra large. That's not in order, okay? That doesn't look right to me, so I don't want it. So now what I'm going to do is go to the product in my Shopify section, and I'm about to rearrange my size variants and then check my website again. So let me actually close this and I'll go back to it just to check the work. So as you guys see here, these are all out of order, and that's just ghetto. Like, that's not it. So what I'm going to do is select all of them. I'm going to go to more actions. I'm going to, is it here in this section? Oh, sorry. My bad, y'all. It's actually up here. So it's not this more actions. It's actually the first one for variants. If you go to more options, reorder your variants. And as you guys can see here, now I can just drag and make them in order, because this is how it's supposed to read and this is how I want it, okay? I'm going to save that. Cool. I'm going to just unselect, and then now I'm going to also refresh my Shopify site again just to make sure that the system caught my changes. And now I'm going to go back to my website. Actually, I'm going to just go to my website because I have it bookmarked. And so now if I wanted to go to my t-shirts, let's see here, should be here, perfect. So here is that t-shirt that I just created for you guys in this video. And I'm going to change the dimensions again. I'm going to actually unpublish this to make everything look very unified. But just to show you guys that how it looks, let me check the variants that I just reordered, and then you guys can see how everything is working and it's saved and all that good stuff. Okay, so boom, go back down, and now all of my variants are in order the way that I want it. Okay, cool. All right, you guys, so that's pretty much it as far as how to create and add products using the PRINTIFY print-on-demand platform, and pretty much, starting your business this way. Now, if you're still trying to figure out, what method to use, that's going to be something you have to generally decide. But at least if you do want to do print on demand, now you know how to do it. Now you see how easy it is, and you have a good way of starting your t-shirt business. Okay, y'all, so as you saw, that is how I'm pretty much going to continue the process of adding my products, pretty much all of my products and some new designs, to the PRINTIFY's print-on-demand platform. Now, as you guys saw, when it comes to creating your mock-ups, it's really not much of a difference. The only thing, you guys, is that you're going to be using the POD's platform mock-up generator versus you guys doing it on your own, like whether in Canva or Placeit or whatever. So that's really like the difference as far as the mock-up part. But then as you guys saw, I set my price, I set my descriptions, so it's really for me a lot of copy and pasting and just reassessing the placement of things like that, of how I want my store to look. But essentially, this is how you will create your own print-on-demand products and also open your store if this is the method you want to take for making your t-shirts. So thank you guys so much for watching today's video. I truly appreciate it, y'all. If you guys like this video, don't forget to leave me a like and a comment down below. Let me know what you think. But as always, y'all, don't forget to drink your water, mind your business, and always choose yourself first. And I'll be back in my next video. Bye, y'all.